Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kamal. The headlines first. Federal Cabinet in a meeting in Islamabad today with Prime Minister in the chair discussed overall political and economic situation in the country. President says in a vibrant democracy, problems are resolved through implementation of laws. The inaugural meeting of South Africa-Pakistan Joint Defence Committee held in Pretoria today reviewed the present status of their bilateral relations. Karakoram Highway has been opened for one-way traffic. European Parliament says it fully supports the settlement of Kashmir issue according to UN resolution. Pakistan disabled cricket team will depart for Worcestershire, England tomorrow to participate in the physical disability T20 World Series cricket. And now the news in detail. Federal Cabinet met in Islamabad today with Prime Minister Imran Khan in the chair. It discussed overall political and economic situation of the country. The cabinet offered Fatiha for the 10 soldiers of Pakistan Army martyred in terror incidents in Balochistan and Waziristan, as well as the martyrs of Rawalpindi aircraft crash. President Dr. Arif Alvi says we want resolution of all outstanding issues with India, including the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, through peaceful dialogue. Talking to the High Commissioner Designate of Pakistan to India, Mr. Moinul Haq, in Islamabad today, he said that in the spirit of constructive engagement, Pakistan would continue its efforts to bring peace and prosperity in the region. He highlighted that Pakistan took a remarkable step in this regard by deciding to open the Kartarpur corridor, which will link Darbar Sahib Kartarpur in Pakistan with Dera Baba Nanak in India to allow access to Sikhs to their most reverential place of worship. President Dr. Arif Alvi has emphasized on cooperation among politicians in the world to address the common challenges such as global warming, inequality, xenophobia, and Islamophobia. He was addressing the 5th Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Asia Regional Conference 2019 in Islamabad today. Dr. Arif Alvi said parliaments do not exist in a vacuum, but they reflect the will of people and hence are responsible to satisfy them, ensuring their welfare. He said in a vibrant democracy, problems are first recognized, then fenced, and then resolved through implementation of laws. Addressing on the occasion, Speaker National Assembly Asad Qaisar said Pakistan will continue playing its role for promotion of parliamentary relationship in the world. He said cooperation between Pakistan's parliament and CPA will continue for deepening democratic links. The speaker said member states will have to work jointly for strengthening democracy and promotion of economic progress. He said parliament should play a proactive role in international affairs. Asad Qaisar said an alliance will have to be developed against violence, extremism, and terrorism. He said improvement is taking place in the region despite impediments in democracy. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said Pakistan is not a guarantor but only facilitator in the Afghan peace process. Talking to the media persons in Islamabad today, he said the entire onus of the Afghan peace process cannot be put on Pakistan. He said Pakistan maintains that it is the shared responsibility of all stakeholders to take forward the peace process. The foreign minister said that Prime Minister Imran Khan wants to have a meeting with the Taliban to woo them for intra-Afghan dialogue. He said Pakistan is moving forward in good faith. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said convergence was seen on Afghan issue during a meeting between Prime Minister Imran Khan and the US President Donald Trump. Inaugural meeting of South Africa-Pakistan Joint Defence Committee held in Pretoria, South Africa today. A 4-member Pakistan delegation was led by Lieutenant General retired Ikramul Haq, Secretary Defence, while South African side was led by Dr. S.M. Gulubi, Secretary Defence. During the meeting, both sides reviewed the present status of the bilateral relations and expressed satisfaction on convergence of views on major international issues, including Kashmir. The two sides also exchanged views on regional security besides holding in-depth discussions on mutual cooperation, including military training, joint exercises, intelligence cooperation, and issues relating to defense industrial cooperation. Both sides agreed to ensure effective follow-up of the decisions taken during the meeting. Minister for Federal Education and Professional Training Shafqat Mahmood says the federal government is working closely with provincial governments to bolster technical education for overall national development. Addressing a conference on national vocational qualifications framework, challenges and opportunities in Islamabad today, he said the government is committed to develop standards in the field of technical education and vocational training. This is Radio Pakistan. The Karakoram Highway has been reopened for one-way traffic. Frontier Work Organization resources said that Gilgit-Dyamir portion of road blocked due to heavy landslide at Tatta Pani yesterday. European Parliament is fully supporting the settlement of Kashmir issue according to resolution passed by the United Nations. This was stated by a delegation of EP led by Richard Corbett while talking to Chairman Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs Mashahid Hussain Sayyid in Islamabad today. Members of the EP also expressed their concern on the continued human rights violations and deteriorating human rights situation in Indian-occupied Kashmir. The delegation also expressed their strong concerns about use of pellet guns against unarmed Kashmiris and said that India should stop such terrorism act. In occupied Kashmir, the chairman of Hurriyat Forum, Mirwais Umar Farooq, has said that any interference in the places of worship and religious matters by the Indian authorities will be opposed by all the Muslims across the territory tooth and nail. Referring to the circulation of government orders on social media in this regard, Mirwais Umar Farooq, in a statement issued in Srinagar today, asked the authorities not to deliberately vitiate the atmosphere in the occupied territory. The US Senate was failed to override President Trump's veto of 3 resolutions blocking worth of $8.1 billion arms sales to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. It came after Donald Trump used this presidential veto to override resolutions passed by both chambers of Congress preventing the sale. Senators voted 45-40, 45-39 and 46-41 on the override attempts, falling well short of the two-thirds majority needed. Israeli forces have destroyed Palestinian tents and herders' barracks in Ras al-Ahmar community in the Jordan Valley today. Palestinian Authorities Wall and Colonization Resistance Commission of Officer Mutaz Basharat said that this is the second demolition operation by Israeli forces since last June, explaining that an Israeli bulldozer that accompanied the army troop tore down 3 residential tents and several barracks, leaving 17 individuals displaced. Turkey has ordered detention of 77 suspects over failed coup in 2016. According to media reports, Turkish prosecutors issued detention warrants for suspects, including soldiers and suspended police officers, over their alleged links to a group of accused of orchestrating a coup attempt. In Syria, 14 people have been killed by government air attacks in Hama and Idlib provinces. Pakistan disabled cricket team will depart for England tomorrow to participate in the Physical Disability T20 World Series cricket. The 5-nation series begins from 5th of next month in Worcestershire. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain with windstorm is expected at scattered places in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Lahore, Gujranwala divisions and Kashmir. The rain may also occur at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Mardan, Job divisions and Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Federal cabinet in a meeting in Islamabad today with Prime Minister in the chair discussed overall political and economic situation in the country. President says in a vibrant democracy, problems are resolved through implementation of laws. The inaugural meeting of South Africa-Pakistan Joint Defence Committee held in Pretoria today reviewed the present status of their bilateral relations. Pakistan disabled cricket team will depart for Worcestershire, England tomorrow to participate in the Physical Disability T20 World Series cricket. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/radio, Pakistan News Official.